Hello, Cancer. Welcome to this reading. We're going to be taking a look at the energy and predictions for the sign of Cancer for the month of May. Do keep in mind, this is a general reading, so take the messages as they resonate, drop the ones that do not, and also check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. All right, Cancer, let's go ahead and see what we have going on for you here in this brand new month of May 2025. I do hope your April was amazing, and I hope May is even better for you. We'll go ahead and get all of the cards out here, get everything set up and in view, and then we'll get right into it for you. All right. Okay, Cancer. I think that's looking just about good enough to meet for right now. Okay, energy on the bottom. You have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords may come forward, there may be something, it may come forward when there's like a blind spot in your situation. You can see that the person here has the blindfold on. It may mean that in May there is a feeling that you need to express yourself to someone. Okay, but there's a blind spot there. Like you're having maybe a hard time, or there's a challenge in the communication area. On another level, like with that, it can mean that you're just feeling like restricted around something, right? This can also represent like indecision, or you're at like a cross point. You're at like a cross point. As I'm looking at these swords here, it may mean that you have to make a decision, and you're at like a fork in the road, but you're having a hard time with the decision-making process for whatever reason. Maybe there's a lot that goes into this decision, or maybe it's not an easy decision to make. And some of you may just be at a crossroads here, for sure, with the Two of Swords. I think I said cross point, that works for me. But I think crossroads, it's sort of like, I think this could be on the table here for you in May. Now, this may be connected to a relationship situation, okay? As you do have the Two of Cups, also some other type of relationship as well, as you do have the Empress, which is the mother in the tarot. You then have the King of Swords, which could be any air sign, Cancer. So there also may be some money moves as well that you're looking to make. Like you may have a financial decision, okay? You may be in a crossroads in that. There's actually a lot here for you. Yeah, there's actually a lot here for you, a lot of different potentials in this reading. Why don't we try to get more details? So in the middle of the reading here, you do have the Four of Cups. Perhaps what's going on here is you're very comfortable in your situation. Okay, you're very, very comfortable. This person's sitting under the tree. Life's fine. It's not exciting though. They're not really growing. They're not progressing. This person's bored. Okay, this is about boredom and apathy. And what makes this worse is there's an opportunity right in front of their face. They have an opportunity here. The universe, the hand of God here, is trying to give them something, but they're just sort of like apathetic. So am I saying that you're all apathetic here and you're not hardworking? No, actually you have a card of hard work here. But what I'm saying is maybe your situation is very comfortable. And maybe some of you are looking to get out of your comfort zone, okay? One thing's for sure in this reading is a transformation is on the table here with two of the cards. I'll talk about them more as we go along. Two of the cards here are suggesting that there is a transition and a transformation here on the horizon for Cancer people. But ultimately it's going to be up to you to embrace that if that's something that you want. So you have free will over all of these cards. The choice is ultimately yours. And you'll ultimately have to take the step to embrace that transformation if this is something that you want, right? This could be in any area of life in a reading like this. Interestingly enough, we don't have wands here. So wands is the suit of work, right? So this may be in the cups area, which is typically around relationships of all types, or financial areas here with the pentacles, as well. The swords cards in this reading are not really connecting to communication other than maybe the Two of Swords, but in other areas. So yeah, let's dive in here. In the first column, you have the Two of Pentacles, the Death card, and the Hanged Man, okay? What an interesting combination here. So first I should just say, there's a diagonal here, right? Two of Pentacles, Four of Cups, Seven of Pentacles, that may indicate that there's a financial decision in the books for you, or on the cards for you here, okay? Two of Pentacles is sort of like your money being in a period of, it can indicate like instability in the sense that it's inflow, outflow. It may mean that there's money coming in, there's money going out. The extreme form of Two of Pentacles would be like paycheck to paycheck. That's not always the case. Really, another way of looking at, but it can be, okay? Another way of looking at the Two of Pentacles, though, it could be like perhaps you're gearing up for a big financial decision, such as purchasing a home. And you may need to, put a large down payment, right? So that would be money coming in, money going out, right? So you're bringing enough money in, but you also like using your savings on something important. That can also come in here with the Two of Pentacles, and you can fit that into your scenario, all right? So there may be a decision that you have to make connected to money here. And we'll talk about the Seven of Pentacles more, but the real meat here of this reading would be the Death card and the Hanged Man, okay? So these cards come one after the other. This is a progression. So for me, in May, for this month here, Cancer, things are really, really progressing along, moving along. You're making progress towards something. Something's going on here, okay, in May because of the nature of these cards. But the Hanged Man, I think, is where you are now, okay? And what I mean by that is this person needs to make a sacrifice. The Hanged Man can represent sacrifice in the tarot. Right now, they're in a wait and see. They're in a holding pattern. They're in a period of limbo. But what is waiting for them is a transformation, which is the Death card. Death card 13 after 12. This person needs to let go, and they need to embrace the transformation, knowing that they won't know everything that is on the other side. And that's just part of it. And so this idea of letting go, not knowing exactly where you're going, but knowing you're going somewhere, I think is pretty key for you here. I think that there is a big change. Transformation is one way of looking at the Death card, or you could just say big change is another way of looking at the Death card. And I feel like you're basically like at the, like you hold the cards here. Okay, you hold the cards, you hold the keys. Okay? And you could initiate this change today if you wanted to. But there's this feeling where you're not ready yet, maybe. I think you're ready, but you internally here, the cards are saying you're ready because of the Empress, the Six of Swords, Seven of Pentacles. But the cards are also saying that maybe there's this like lack of action. And that's what I mean by perhaps you're not ready. Hopefully that makes sense. Yeah. In the middle column, you have the Empress, the Four of Cups, and the Six of Swords. So the Empress can represent major abundance in the tarot, okay? It can also represent the Mother. But it says that you have an ability to nurture something, right? You have an ability to nurture something into existence, which is about this change. By the way, the key here is that you are ready, but the cards are suggesting that for whatever reason, there's something that maybe makes you feel like you're not ready. And it's this Four of Cups that I'm coming back to, as well as the Two of Swords. Because this Four of Cups is in the middle, this middle card is very important, so everything goes back to the Four of Cups. You're ready, but you maybe feel like you're not ready, or there's something that is preventing you from being ready. Something like this, okay? That's happening here. And it's probably the situation you're in is very comfortable, and you don't want to get out of your comfort zone, but you also know that there's something else on the other side. You have the resources here. You have the ability. You have the resources. You have the ability to nurture this, to make this grow, to allow this to happen. So I think it's like fighting through some level of instability here with some level of indecision here with the Two of Swords, the Four of Cups, and trusting in going where you need to go. You have the Six of Swords, which is a transition. Okay, so I said there are two cards, transformation or change, transition, with the Six of Swords. And the thing about the Six of Swords is notice that they are sailing through the dark. Right? They're guided by the light of the moon, but really it's dark. And the idea here is they're sailing somewhere, but they don't actually know where they're going yet. Right? They don't know what's on the other side, but they know there's something nice on the other side. And so you have this theme here repeating with the Hanged Man, the Death card, the Six of Swords. This is what's showing up for you in this month of May. It's pretty exciting. All right, in the final column, you have the King of Swords, the Two of Cups, and the Seven of Pentacles. It's almost like you don't see this coming. The reason I say that, I'm talking about this change, is because this lower row is something you don't see or hidden below the surface. Hanged Man, Six of Swords, and now the Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles, it indicates a directional shift. This person's looking at everything they've accumulated here, or they've grown, going back to the Empress, and they're thinking, do they take it? Do they take what they've grown, or do they let it grow a little bit longer? Are you ready to harvest what you've built and build something new, build anew? That's the question. And the fact is here that this is in the area of the subconscious, or what you can't see. And so it's almost like there's something in the road. I said there was like a crossroads here type of energy. Maybe it's family here with the Empress. Maybe with the Two of Cups, it's a relationship. It's almost like there's something here tying you back, or maybe this whole crossroads decision is around, do I commit deeper to a person with the Two of Cups? Cancer. Do I actually commit to this person? There's a question of commitment here, for sure, in whatever area of life this is around for you. You then have the King of Swords, which this is somebody who doesn't play favorites. The information that the King of Swords gives you, or the advice that the King of Swords gives you can be trusted. You know that there is no sort of like angle to what the King of Swords is giving you, right? They're giving you what they're giving you, and it can be trusted. This may also say that you need to take authority or charge over some situation here. The King of Swords is really in charge, and this is primarily around you. Like, what area of your situation do you need to take authority over? Why don't we go ahead and move forward here to the clarifications and see what's coming forward in the clarifications for you here, Cancer. We'll go ahead and pull some oracle cards, and then we'll move into the tarot clarifications as well. All right. So let's see here. We've got two of those, and let's see, two of these. Okay, three. Energy on the bottom. You have Krishna, devotion. Trust your spiritual guidance. Your commitment has been recognized. You are loved unconditionally. Lately, these oracle cards have just been completely in sync with the tarot cards. What did I just talk about here? Commitment, right? There is a question of commitment. And I feel like the universe wants you to know that it sees you. God, whatever you believe in. It sees you. It sees the commitment that you've made. And I almost feel like right now is not the time to back down or back off of a commitment that you've made. Maybe to someone or to yourself. Let's see what's in these three cards first. Okay, Kuan Yin's been coming in for a lot of people. So you have Kuan Yin, care and compassion, choose to be loved, do what is right for everyone involved, offer a helping hand. You then have Hilarion, divine healing, honor your sensitivity, retreat to recharge and heal. Your light can support others. As well as Mary Magdalene, teacher awakens. You have something important to share, follow the inner call, don't let anything stop you. Yeah, the feeling is that it's any commitments that you've made, you may want to stick to them during this month to the best of your ability. Everyone's human, but like Yeah. Spiritually, it feels like you need to, if you've made a commitment to something, this is a time to keep the commitment. Okay, you then have Chrononos, life force. Express your driving passion, sensual and sexual powers are increased, as well as Mercury, open communication. Get a weight off your chest, speak up with love, and be heard. Definitely something came in here with communication around the Two of Swords energy as well. But let's go ahead and let me make sure these are in view. All right, let's go ahead and get into the tarot clarifications here for you, Cancer. Now, I do appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for spending your time, and I do hope things are going well for you, Cancer. All right. Let's see what we have. Okay, you have the Hierophant, the Four of Pentacles, and the Nine of Swords showing up here. Yeah, in analysis paralysis here, for sure. Hanged Man, Nine of Swords. It's like you're trying to see every side, every angle, every possible path, every possible timeline. You're going back and forth through the pros and cons, and guess what? It's keeping you up late at night with the Nine of Swords, you know? And I think some of you probably resonate with this already. Like, this has probably been simmering here in April. And it's now coming back in here in May. Really a heavy emphasis and energy of and around indecision here on this reading. With the Two of Swords, Hanged Man, now the Nine of Swords. It's maybe affecting even like the decision-making process here. Yeah, for sure. Four of Pentacles with the Death card indicates fear, okay? Death card can indicate fear. Four of Pentacles for sure. This person's afraid of letting go of the pentacle that they have. And this very well might be for some of you around money. Yeah, it very well might be around money. And it's almost like this crossroads, excuse me, this crossroads that you're at, it's pretty big for you, okay? Pretty big for you. So I understand, like I empathize with this scenario here because like, especially if you're making a big money move, you just don't know what the final outcome will be, you know? And this could be anything from starting a business to investing in a home or selling a home, whatever it is. It's one of these things where you can't know the answer. This is what I feel like saying to you. You can't really know the answer to this topic right now. There are just some things, like if the universe, if the tarot cards, if astrology gave us all of the answers, what would the point be? What would the point be? Right? We can't have all the answers. So there's something here about you want the answer to how this will shake out and end up, but it's unknown right now. You have the Hierophant then. This could be around, yeah, with the Two of Pentacles. Something around tradition here. I think you're breaking tradition. Changing the way you or someone in your family has traditionally done something. You have the Eight of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the King of Pentacles here. Are you bored in your relationship? I wonder. Knight of Cups, Four of Cups. Four of Cups indicating boredom. Knight of Cups. You could say the Knight of Cups, it's sometimes seen as like a knight in shining armor type deal in the tarot, but it really depends on like the situation, right? So I think some of you may be bored, but I also think that like you're maybe looking to change something up here. The Knight of Cups can represent a love event or a love situation that is happening for you. And I feel like maybe some of you just are looking to shake it up in the relationship in some way. Certainly not seeing breakup energy here, but I see, how do I say this? I see contemplation, right? We talked about how like being at a crossroads. And you may be even asking like, okay, am I bored, or will this go the distance, whatever the case may be. Yeah, and this is like making you feel a little bit like uneasy, right? With the Eight of Swords here and the Empress, it's almost like maybe some of you don't know how to feel right now. Like there are just so many things. I have a feeling that May is an overwhelming time, but a time as well that if you want to, you can embrace something completely new, right? Something can completely change for you here in May if this is something that you want. You then have the World, the Fool, and the Empress. Wow. Okay. Fool in the World is significant. It's a complete cycle. The Fool begins the journey of the tarot, and the World ends the journey. It completes the journey. Well, of the major arcana, right? And so I have a feeling that you're experiencing the full cycle here, the full range of emotion, the full range of something here in this month of May. Big month for you, Cancer people here, for sure. And it may very well indicate that two things. One thing's for sure, on the relationship end, there are one of two timelines that I see, if this is your reading. First, you and your person could get a new beginning together. That is, you work through some things, you enhance the situation, you start something new in the relationship. The other timeline here is you're completing that relationship, okay? Because you want to go do something else on your own, right? And this may not even be like you want to find someone else. This may just mean that you have some other mission or goal in mind, you know? And yeah, I think those are the one or two. It doesn't feel like the relationship's staying the same. If you're going to stay in the relationship, there's going to be a new twist to the relationship potentially. Yeah. On the other end here, what I really like is, as I've talked about this change, this transformation throughout this whole reading, you're embracing it. So whatever idea here around indecision or this whole like you're not ready, no, you're ready. Okay, you are ready at least by the end of the month, maybe into June, but at least by the end of the month because of the Fool in the World. You're ready. Okay, this is why we clarify, because I said at the beginning of this, maybe you're not ready because of some indecision or whatever. No. Fool, World, you're ready. You're starting this change, right? You're embracing this change and this transformation. So why, hopefully, let me know if you stuck around to the end. On the bottom, you have the Four of Swords. Contemplation. This person's not only resting, but they're contemplating. Let's go ahead and let's take a look at what is in the Kipper energies here. And we will go from there. All right, you have concern, courtship, imprisonment, privileged lady, thoughts, and poverty. All right, so yeah, it's more so like the poverty and the imprisonment. This is about this feeling of scarcity, okay? If you, in your mind maybe, what's going on here is like, I need to make a sacrifice, I need to embrace the transformation, but if I do this, I'll never get it again. Something like this is showing up here, Cancer. It's like you feel like you'll never get this thing again. And that couldn't be further from the truth because you're about to go on a big journey here. This beginning, which may start in May, the seeds may be planted here in May, but something's on the horizon for you. And it will feel like a journey. So there are more and a plentiful amount of good experiences in the future for you. I would caution you against the scarcity mindset. If you can recognize it and then call it out, I would do that. So if you ever feel yourself dipping into like, I'll never have this, or it will never come back, or I'll never be able to do X, Y, or Z, I would call that out and put it in its place. Okay, thank you so much for being here. If you enjoyed this, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll most certainly be talking to you again soon.